Oh, let's see. I was born in Bogota, New Jersey, son of two school teachers. Grew up in Bogota. I went to school in Bogota. Uh, Went on to college, graduated college, got married, lived in Bogota for a number of years, then moved to Norwood, New Jersey, where I served on city council for 12 years. My wife and I both took early retirement. We moved to Palm Coast in 1992, and we've been here ever since. When I was 16, we lived in Bogota, New Jersey. It's a little small middle-class community of about 8,000 people in Bergen County, New Jersey, kind of the north central portion of the state. Bogota High School, Princeton University, Fairleigh Dickinson University, Fordham University, went all over the place. Oh golly, there was. I'll tell you one that had an impact on me. When I was in high school, I guess my sophomore year in high school, I was taking biology, and the teacher that we had took early retirement. She left in the middle of the year. We had a substitute teacher for the balance of the year. Now, if anybody knows anything about biology, this will make sense to you. But he asked a question on a test one day: if there were no bacteria, would there still be disease? The obvious answer was sure, because there's viruses and there's genetic disease. I thought, well, that's too obvious an answer. So I wrote, no, there wouldn't be. And he marked me wrong. And I went and discussed it with him afterwards. If there were no bacteria, there'd be no decomposition, there'd be no decay, the world would be filled with bodies that would never rot, we'd run out of nutrients, and life would cease. And he thought for a second. He said, you know, you're absolutely right. And he gave me credit for the answer. And it was the first time that I can remember ever winning an intellectual discussion with a teacher. And to this day, Dr. Norman Bickler, I will remember him forever. There are two sides to every story. My parents. My father was a Princeton graduate, played on their football team, their basketball team. He was a math teacher in high school. My mother, who was a English teacher. I guess they raised me the right way, because pretty much everything I do, everything I think, my values derive from them. Not a lot. I mean, there's no point in crying over spilt milk. You know, it only makes it salty for the cat. But probably if I could go back to 16, I would have devoted more effort to learning a foreign language. I kind of skated on that in high school and in college. And now I wish that I spoke at least one other language. We are becoming a international society, and it would be nice to be able to converse with somebody else in their native language. Well, don't start the clock yet. But anything that I say is going to sound trite and cliched, especially coming from a former educator. But yeah, my advice would be read. Read voraciously. Don't just read when you're in school. Read when you're home for enjoyment and entertainment. Your brain is like your biceps. It grows and improves with use. No matter what your aspirations are, good, strong reading ability is going to carry you far.
Well, thank you for talking with us, Mr. Netz.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.